A psychic, sensitive, or seeker who wants to learn more? Welcome to the Mystic School with Sarah Wiseman, where we dive deep into all things mystic and metaphysical. Here's Sarah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mystic School. I'm so glad to be here with you in mid-August 2022. Today, we're talking about the mystic discerns. The mystic easily determines what is worthy or meaningless, valuable or distracting, enjoyable or addictive. Oh no, choices time, boundaries time, all this way of discerning. We're going to talk about this today. It's also Free Readings Tuesday, and you can call in when you're ready to 888-298-5569. As for housekeeping news, we are registering now for Fall Spiritual Psychic Intuition University Fall 2022, and we just have a few days left to register. So if you are interested, please sign up as soon as you can. If you've been wondering, oh, I don't know, I'm too busy, this and that, just really take a look at what's actually holding you back. And what I often find is that, so I teach a style of direct connection with the universe, with the guides. We do some work with the departed. We do some work with past lives. We look at our karmic soul lessons. And so it's very intensive. And during this, you learn these core essentials of spiritual intuition. And people mostly go into it with some resistance, thinking it's not so much they think they can't do it, because everyone can do this process. It's really more about, what am I going to discover? And am I ready to have that level? Like, we're not goofing around here, where it's not a commercialized, sanitized, mainstream style practice. It's the real thing. And so this sort of fear or trepidation about, like, what if I really go there? And then what will change? So if this is of interest of you, if you would really like to work deeply, love to have you with us. Anyway, go to sarahwiseman.com, go to training, and again, just a few days left to sign up. So the mystic discerns, I want to read, and we're going to go to the phones in just a little while, but I want to read something. The first part about the mystic discerns is, of course, there's so many parts to the path, right? There's so many, like, you look at a mountain, how many ways can you get up the mountain? A million, as many ways as you could think of. You could get up to the mountain. Another way to get up to the mountain is not climb the mountain. It's also a valid response. And I'm reading from this beautiful book a dear friend gave me long ago, Kahlil Gibran's The Prophet. And a man said, "Speak to us of self-knowledge." And he answered, saying, "Your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and the nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You would know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams." And then it continues on for a little bit. And it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must needs rise and run, murmuring to the sea. And the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed to your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line, ways of measuring. For self is a sea, boundless and measureless. And here's the clincher, the part that I wanted to read to you. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Say not, I have found the path of the soul. Say rather, I have met the soul walking upon my path. For the soul walks upon all paths. The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a seed. The soul unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals. So it's a lot. The soul, you meet your soul on the path as you discover yourself, and as you begin to have direct connection to source, and source being the essence, which is what you are, what I am, what all of us are. When we discern, when we walk upon the path, at first, the discernment, when we're young, the discernment's really easy. You know, it's light and dark. Am I gonna do this healthy thing, or am I gonna go to a rave all night and party? Am I gonna be involved with this type of person that's working on some kind of good contribution, or am I going to sort of dive into the dark and explore what's that there? So these are kind of the early discernments we're taught or we go through and we learn as we grow. And then as we sort of dip into spiritual awakening, there's a lot of bells and whistles available. Like there's a lot of crystals, and there's a lot of mandalas, and there's a lot of rattles, and there's a lot of gongs, and there's a lot of physical props. Now, I don't mean to say that these are bad in any way. They can be really useful, and especially some of these tools that help us ground, or help us go into trance, or help us have that grounded feeling so that we're able to go in and connect, or help us just create the intention of going into our essence self or our soul self. But as we walk along the path, we start to discern, like, I don't really need this prop to do this work, or I don't really need this tool to do this work, or I don't really need this particular style of training. What begins to happen is that we need less and less for the journey. And pretty soon we're just climbing that mountain, and we've got, we used to have this giant backpack full of beliefs and the past and our systems and our practices and our props. And then as we walk along, we're just checking stuff out. It's like, I don't really need this to do direct connection to source. Direct connection to source, I just need to close my eyes and breathe. Wait, I don't even need to close my eyes. And wait, I don't even need to do breath a certain way. Those are helpful, but they're not needed, because I'm always, the soul and I, the soul and you are always together, cannot be separated. We cannot be separated from collective soul. So this discernment, what is my spiritual practice? What am I? How am I learning? And I would suggest you work on direct connection and all these other things that, spirituality has become very commercialized, right? All these other systems, just discern, like, is this going to take me farther? Because really going into stillness and just becoming open and allowing the divine to come through you, that's all there is to it. And from this place of connection, of awareness, of opening into the soul self, that's where everything else flows from. The more you have spiritual practice of direct connection, the more everything changes in your life. Alrighty, let's go to the phones. We've got some very patient callers waiting. Let's go first to Todd from Oceanside. Todd, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sarah.
Hi, what can I help you out with today?
Oh, I was just hoping to get some insight, maybe some messages that you have. I'm sort of on just finishing up the first third of your online course, the 33 lessons.
Oh, this Todd. Okay, yeah. So I'm very curious. So Todd wrote in and had some things that he was working on his spiritual path, and you asked me to suggest a course for you, and I'm happy to do that. Anybody wants to write in, and I can kind of sort through like what I think is going to be best. And I really felt 33 lessons was going to be the fit for you because it really calls you to task to explore some deep stuff that maybe you haven't wanted to or you haven't looked at for a while. And I'm just wondering what you felt, what surprised you in that you discovered.
Well, I would say it was not any one thing in particular, but more the actual practice of journaling
Mm-hmm.
the things that I've been carrying around for all these years.
Yeah.
It it just seemed to be a very cathartic, helpful practice in writing it out and getting it out.
And were you shocked? Like, I know that first lesson is something like, what's the worst what's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Or so it's like what's the most painful thing? And I'm always so shocked by that because of course people won't want to do the course if they know that that's the first question. But it kind of sets things in perspective, like it gets that out, and then from there on things are easier. It's like, okay, we've got the elephant in the room, no, identified, to my way
Yeah.
of thinking.
So again, I would have to say through my experience, I wasn't shocked by the incident because it's something that was very impactful and detrimental to me. And I lost my mother at a very early age,
Mm.
and nobody even said to me, "Your mother passed or died." It was
Wow.
never spoken. Nobody ever said, "Okay, you have to deal with death." You just I was just left
Oh
with
my
this
goodness.
void and not understanding what the hell happened, and certainly took it personal. I didn't know how else to take it and had no way to process it. So again, in writing that out, I mean, I have shared this
Hmm.
from time to time, but as I grew spiritually, I wouldn't say I shied away from it, but I tried to not participate in my own victim story.
Right,
But
right.
in writing this out in the first lesson, it didn't seem as it was me, the victim. It seemed it was me, the young child.
Yeah. Well, yes, you've you've gotten to a point of because you've had lots and lots of spiritual practice and spiritual information. So part of that was taking you to a place where you could, look from a further perspective at this early devastation and work with it now. Have you have you worked in mediumship at all?
Worked in it. I would say that I have, over the course of my lifetime, sought out certain psychics, and
Yeah.
have not really, which I have done, but I have
Yeah.
not got any particular, sorry.
Oh no. Well, no, I don't. I'm not suggesting that line. I'm suggesting that you can email me too after. I'm seeing. I have to answer some other callers that are waiting also, but I feel like the next step after you finish this course would be um, to work in. I can the I have a course in very simple mediumship that I think will allow you to connect with your mother, and a lot of things will energetically clear from that point. So email me and I can point you in that direction. I'm so thrilled for you,
Okay.
Todd. This is really great. So Thank you. I'm going to let you go because I've got some other callers, but thank you for calling in, and it was nice to talk to you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Let's go with, I think it's Jonna. It might be Joanna from Atlanta. Jonna, are you there? Hello? Joanna? Jonna? Let's try Mariposa if Jonna isn't there. Mariposa from Missoula. Anybody there? I can't hear anybody. Oh, any Mariposa, or who's on the line?
Oh, my name's Mariposa.
Oh, hi. Oh, thank you. So yes, welcome to the program. And
Hi.
I see you're from Missoula. I've been there a couple times.
Yes.
And yeah, what can I help you out with today?
I'm doing this very spontaneously. I kind of well, I'm 18
Mm-hmm.
and I'm feeling pretty bored and scrambled on my spiritual journey. I have a lot of resources, but I'm very unmotivated to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm just wondering if you have any insights on or messages on how I can direct
Yeah.
my focus towards something that's fulfilling.
Are you in school at
Kind of,
at Missoula? Are you at University of Montana, or you just live there?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not thinking college right now. I'm thinking about
Mhm.
going to massage school next year.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What options do you have for no shade to Missoula, but what options do you have for going elsewhere?
I have options.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's where
that's
I'm kind of at. I don't know where to look.
yeah. For you, honestly, um, don't worry too much about your specific spiritual practice, and don't worry about like being a psychic or being a healer. These are natural parts of you, and you can pick them up later. Like they don't really need a lot of focus at the moment. What's really, you just need a broadening of experience, and the fastest way to get that and to have the kind of growth and stimulation you're looking for is to go elsewhere, and especially to go to a place that's culturally really different. I don't mean you have to, like, I don't know, go to Egypt or something, but um, if so, Missoula has a kind of Western, not like East versus West, but like a Western American cowboyish kind of flavor. So you want to go someplace that doesn't have that. So like Colorado would not be quite different enough for you, but West Coast or East Coast or uh, Florida-ish, those would all be pretty different if you're looking in the US. So look for things that are going to give you a different cultural background, and see if you can arrange to get yourself there somehow. It doesn't even matter if you do school. It just matters, like, you just got to go someplace and have a different experience with different kinds of people. And that's the most important thing for you now, even if it terrifies you, you know?
Yeah, my heart definitely wants to travel, and that I'm torn between, like, well, should I do the safe route or should I go out and experience the world?
Don't do the safe route. It's really a waste of time. Yeah, the safe route's a waste of time. I mean, I guess you could say you're going to walk your path however you do your route, which is true. But if you have this desire and you have the ability to and the freedom to do something different, I just see what happens. and your spirituality, and especially your own particular intuitive and healing nature. This comes along with you, but you can pick that up later. It doesn't really need to be your big focus right now.
Okay, thank
So,
you. That
yeah.
that's helpful.
Well,
It's just supposed to happen
yeah.
on its own timing.
Yeah, the travel actually, it feels like there will be, you have to set intention and maybe even go against some people who are terrified of you heading out. Um, you're going to have to work to gain your freedom a bit, and just it's worth it. It's worth it. The
Yeah.
changes that you'll have are really valuable. So, hey, Mariposa, thank you for calling in. Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
your
you,
time.
Sarah.
Yeah. Let's see, we may have time for one more person. I think we may have Joan. Joan, is that you?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome. Thank you. We only have a couple minutes, but I'm glad to hear your voice. What is on your mind?
Well, I'm in a transitional phase. I left my job of 42 years, creating space for new beginnings, and I'm feeling a little shut down and blocked in terms of getting information about my path forward.
Does it feel like when did you end your career?
You know, I gave my notice in January, and I was very clear that it was the right thing to do. I continue to work until July, so I've just been off for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah, I think that's the piece. I think you just need some more downtime. Are you still in Portland area?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you just need more time. It's like you haven't even had the giant exhale yet. It's like you're still like, are they going to call me in?
For a really long time. So
yeah. Yeah, it's like you're still waiting, like maybe I have to go back. Maybe it's all a dream.
yeah.
So the giant exhale, I'm surprised that a little something didn't happen around August 8th around Lionsgate for you, but it feels like it's like this process of relaxing, like I can trust this is real. Feels like you're still kind of holding on to the identity or just the energy of how things were, like you haven't been able to find your way yet. I wouldn't take any worry about it at all. If you can do some day trips, or you can break up your system or go to your schedule, just like use August, maybe even half of September as recess, and just not really pay too much attention to anything.
Yeah.
Not try and decide. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think you're going to know? How do you think you're going to know when you're?
I usually, I mean, I'm very clairsentient, so I feel things.
Yeah.
My knowings come in the body.
It feels to me like there's this entire energetic field that is your past, like your past, not your past life, but your life in the past with this career. That's just like, it's almost like a big balloon around you. You might just check and actively begin to release, like it is actually done. I actually am not going back. I am actually not, this is real. I'm not returning to this, and just continue to kind of deflate that energy balloon, because it's pretty big. It's almost like you're carrying a giant, huge backpack of stuff around. That's that old stuff that hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't moved.
Yeah.
No, that's helpful.
I mean, it's not only an identity, it's 42 years of memories, experiences, people, time. It's a lot. So
it is, and I have found myself picking up a little bit of work in September and October because it's been hard to let go.
Yeah. It'd be great
to. Do you have a feel of if that will be fruitful or helpful, or?
I think if you don't have to be working right now, you should just not work at all.
Okay.
Just wait for the next thing, but don't try and distract yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Sarah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks for calling in. Thank you. Congratulations, too. It's a big
Thank you.
step. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up today. I want to remind you guys, those of you who want to study directly with me, spiritual psychic, it's the first part of Intuition University. Registration closes in just a couple days, and would really love to work with you there. For those of you who aren't ready to take that step, gosh, so many self-study classes. They're all really low cost, and just go on the website, sarahweisman.com, and you can find them there. A lot of us are experiencing a lot of shift and change. Lionsgate was 8-8, and whoosh, lots of change, and now things are moving pretty fast that we're stuck. If you're not feeling this sudden rush of opening, new things popping in, I advise you to just sit and connect to Source in whatever way you like to do that, and just ask for, please send me my next opening, or send me the next level of understanding, or help me go to the next place of knowing, or help me live as my soul first better, or help me release whatever's still hanging out there. And this idea, when we ask, we receive, doesn't necessarily mean material items, or physical items, or even events. We're asking for this internal level of change, which is, what we're really here for. You'll find tons of resources at sarahweisman.com. Got this podcast. I've got 2 other podcasts. There's I don't even know how many. There's probably 800 or 900 podcasts that you could listen to for free. Just go to the website, sarahweisman.com, and dive in. And also, we've got our free mini course. If you want to sign up for that, it's called The Magic of Blind Readings, and you can sign up for that for free, again, at sarahweisman.com. Thanks for listening, guys, and the Mystic School will be on next week. Look forward to being with you then. Thank you.